So hey there guys, it's time for Q&A video. A surprisingly huge amount of questions, so I'm gonna try to edit it the best I can to cut everything, but I'm gonna try to answer all of your questions though. So I think I'm gonna answer one question from YouTube, one question from Bilibili, YouTube, Bilibili, and we're gonna be jumping like that, right? So let's go. And here we go, a few bunch of questions. I mean, some of the questions are pretty long and demand a long ass answer, but I'm gonna try to answer though. So KT, I know the man, we spoke quite a few times in the comments, asks, he asks what are my favorite shows I watched and why they are my favorite shows. And also he asks, what shows were my favorite until a certain event and then they went downhill, and what I would like to see from there on. And there's an example. So first of all, man, you have to consider that I don't watch many things. I don't watch many shows, be it series, or anime or movies. I don't watch many of this, so I consider myself a pretty newbie in this department. So what are my favorite shows? I mean, in anime, my favorite anime is definitely Kill la Kill. I've watched it not on camera, just for myself, and that was a surprisingly bombastic experience. Because, man, that's a separate topic. I may praise this anime for all of the things it does right. I mean, it has an incredible, awesome humor. The plot makes sense. However weird the plot is, it makes sense. It actually is interesting. The characters are amazing. The animation, the art style, the music, it's like all super great. It's a quintessence of an anime, you know. It combines everything into one big ass amazing ball of greatness. So in my opinion, Kill la Kill as anime is the best. In terms of series, like normal TV series, I don't watch many of those. I have seen Game of Thrones up until season 6, including season 6, and that was quite a good ride, I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely a really good one. Even though I've heard it went downhill really bad. But other than that, I think I've seen Breaking Bad, also a cool one. So I think Breaking Bad is my favorite, and I mean, it's quite long to discuss, to answer like show by show. Why do you like this and why do you like that? Just I'm not gonna be able to do that in this video. In terms of what show was great and went downhill, oh shit, that's Death Note, man. That's Death Note. It started so good, even though I didn't like some of the moments from the episode 2, I think. I mean, I didn't like the very fast development of a main character from the nice guy to a weirdo. But I guess it kind of makes sense as well, so I don't know. This one. What would have changed, man? And that's a very long answer for that is needed. So I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be able to answer it here. I would change a lot in this anime. As for Attack on Titan, I like what's happening. I mean, it's not like I like what's happening. I would prefer everyone to be alive and happy, but I don't have many complaints about what's happening. Erwin's and Armin's situation in season 3, I mean, that happened, and yeah, I was sad, and I am still quite sad, but in terms of writing, I think it was a right decision to go that way. That was a more fitting way and a shocking way, and I think that's okay. And also, I cannot speak normally about shows because many people maybe haven't seen this or that, right? So I cannot discuss the spoiler territory here. So unfortunately, it's gonna be different to answer. all of the questions. So let's go to the second one of yours as well. Let's continue with the men. Stories about your cat. Man, that's not even a question. This is asking to tell a story. I mean, there's a lot of stories. We live together for 12 years already, and every day is a little story. So we play together and all that. But just, I mean, the first time we met, it was. I mean, some guy told me that there are Scottish Fold kittens available for free, and I was like, oh, I wanted a kitty at that time because I was living with my girlfriend, and I mean separately from my parents, and there was no. I mean, no, she had an animal, but that was stupid as cat. I mean. I wanted my kitty, so I went there, and there were a few kittens in there. There was like one little tiny kitty, was silent, just lying there, and the girl said that this is the most popular one because he's like little and cute, and there was Marcus, the biggest ball of fur, walking like that. Trying to munching all the cables and stuff, you know. He was just like a dog. He was like walking there and trying to do dog stuff, you know, grabbing something and taking it with him in his teeth. I said like, no, that's my man. That's the man. That's the character I want. And in a few days when I came back to hopefully take him, it turns out the little kitty was taken, and I was like, oh, thank God it was the little kitty, not my man. And yeah, and I grabbed him, and now we live together. I mean, there's quite a lot of stories with him. He's great. Че ты орешь-то как дурак? Мамау. The next is the same guy asking the future of this channel. Oh, that's also a long ass question, man. I don't have an answer for that. I never had any plans for the future of the channel. It just appeared, it just continues. So I don't plan to develop it further anyway, because it takes a lot of time, and I prefer to spend my time on other things, right? I don't earn any money. I have some amount of viewers, and thank you for the support, but that's not something I'm ready to dive into completely. Devote myself for. So the future is unknown. I wanted to stop after Attack on Titan, and I never planned to watch anything except for it. But then I watched Steins Gate, and then the channel switching thing, and I for some reason, stupid me decided to watch all 3 animes you voted for, and I still cannot complete them. All right, so that's a challenge in a way. So the future now is that I'm gonna watch everything I plan to watch, and you know what I plan to watch. And after that, Attack on Titan ends, and then Unknown. I mean, I'm not gonna be deleting the channel, so it's here, and from time to time I'm maybe gonna do something, but no guarantee here. So sorry for rushing some of the answers, but you gotta understand that there's a lot of questions here. So let's go to Bilibili to see what questions people are asking there. So, and we have the first question here at Bilibili that's asked by the person that I cannot name because it's all in Chinese. I'm sorry, guys. How old are you? Do you have a girlfriend? I am 33 years old. Not a very young person anymore, which is very sad, but what can we do? And man, guys, life's going fast, too fast. Do you have a girlfriend? Hey, honey, can you come here for a minute? Oh, wait, I don't have girlfriend. No, so yeah, I don't have a girlfriend. I was in a long relationship, quite a long time ago, by the way, but not now. I just don't have. When you're young, you're at school or university, and you have like all those friends around you and all those girls around you. It's much easier to find someone. But when you get older, like me, 33 years old, I just work in a place where there's not a single woman, and all my friends, all the friends of the friends, all of them are already married and something, and with children, like 3 children and stuff. So I'm kind of in the situation where it's not easy to find a girlfriend. At least if you don't specifically search it, and I don't specifically search it because I don't think it's like some sites, like you register there and search for a woman. I think it's a weird way to find a woman. So who knows how it's gonna go? Maybe I'm gonna regret it, but nope, no girlfriend. And you're a girl, by the way. Too bad you're in China. So the next question, back to YouTube. Oh no. What's the best anime show you have watched so far, as objectively as possible? And what's your all-time favorite anime show, as subjectively as possible? Man, that basically duplicates the answer from the KT. The best anime I have seen, as objectively and as subjectively as possible, is Kill la Kill. It's like pure greatness. I love it. I completely love it. It's the best. Even though, I mean, of course, Attack on Titan is a more serious and dramatic show and stuff. But the amount of pleasure I got from Kill la Kill was immense. I loved it. I mean, characters are amazing in there, and everything. I mean, I'm pretty sure not many people will like it as much as I did, but I think it's the anime. It's the definition of anime. I mean, but the question is interesting, as objectively, as subjectively, but unfortunately, I just don't watch many of it, so it's difficult for me to answer your question in an interesting way you asked. So the next question from Billy again. Do you like me? And there's another comment, no, he loves me. I mean, well, I don't hate you both, that for sure. But for me to like you, you have to show me something that I may like or not, right? So yeah, I mean, judging by your picture, you have a cute girl picture, anime girl, so yeah, I like it. But that's basically it. So the next question from Hixar. How did you learn English? Do you speak any other languages other than your native and English? Maybe you have anything else that you'd like to learn in the future. And some other questions, we're gonna get to them later. I mean, I learned English just like anyone else, I suppose. I started learning English even before school, when I was at kindergarten. When I was 5 or 6 years old, there was like basic English lessons out there. And yeah, at the age of 6, I definitely knew how to say some words. I knew how to count from 1 to 12. I knew like colors, green, yellow, brown, all this. I knew animals, cat, dog, all this. So yes, no, some words. So I knew some words. I couldn't speak, but at least I knew some words. And then school started. We study English at school as well. Then the university, study English at university. And after that, I mean, the main amount of knowledge came, I think, from just the self-learning stuff. Because I was playing games, some of them were in English, and then early internet, and the modern internet is mostly in English. So Many videos on YouTube are in English. So yeah, I just studied and learned this just by experiencing English in my life. And the longer you live, the better you know, right? Because you can see my videos, the very first video, I mean the early videos of the channel, and I spoke so terribly. I always needed to check with the word and stuff, and but then I adapted. I adapted quite fast, to be honest, like maybe a few weeks, and closer to season 2 I could already speak in a way. And that was because I kind of knew the language, but I was not practicing it, in a speaking way. So that's the way you learn it, and that's how I learn it, and I still learn it. So I'm far from being good. As for other languages, no, I don't speak any other languages. I just know phrases here and there, as well, like some Spanish phrases, some French phrases, just phrases. Japanese as well. I think the best language I know after English is actually Japanese, because lately I play a lot of Japanese games, watch anime for a few years already, and I learned quite a few words, and I noticed that, when I watched Demon Slayer or Kimetsu no Yaiba or whatever, I don't know if this anime, an awesome anime by the way. There was a moment when one character asked Omaira, "Atama daijoubu kai?" And I knew every single word. I didn't need the subtitles to know that, because I know Omaira is something addressed to people, to the group of people you speak with. Atama is head. Daijoubu kai is that okay? Is asking if it's okay. So Omaira, Atama daijoubu kai? He asked like, are you okay, guys? Like, didn't you? Aren't you crazy or something? And that's it. That is the same with English. It's just you learn stuff by experiencing it. And yeah, if anything, would you like to learn in the future? Yeah, I would like to learn Japanese for sure, because I play Japanese games, I watch Japanese anime in Japanese. I can only experience it in Japanese. I hate dubbing. I just think it's so wrong. It's so wrong. Hearing, I'm playing Persona 4 after Persona 5, and I specifically applied the undub patch, so it's all in Japanese except for text and stuff. And it's so good because, I mean, there's a girl, Chie, Satonaka Chie, and it's Japanese, like Chie Satonaka. It sounds good, but when I heard how she sounds in English, like, my name is Satonaka Chie, Satonaka Chie. I mean, this is so wrong. The English way to pronounce Japanese name is terrible. I know how to pronounce Japanese names, but when I speak English, it just comes out in an English way. But I know that she is Chie Satonaka, and like Ryuji, then it's like not Ryuji, but Ryuji. So yeah, I would like to learn Japanese and hear and understand more of that, because the voice actors are great, and that's something that's really cool, and I wish I would be able to learn it. But I mean, one thing to learn it, the just how it sounds. Another thing to learn how to write, and this is a huge issue. The all this kanji and hiragana and katakana, that's difficult, guys. So yeah, I wish I would learn. I could learn the language, and I may be learning, but it's too much time and effort. The next question by the same person: why Extinguisher? Why Extinguisher? What? Why Extinguisher? Why the name of the channel Extinguisher, or what? I actually think I explained it on many occasions. I'm not sure what exactly do you... I mean, if you asked why the channel is the Extinguisher-san, cause there's an extinguisher in the back. Have you seen my very first video? There is an extinguisher in the back. It was always there. I didn't place it there for the video. It was standing there long before I started recording videos. So I recorded the video and I noticed there's a goddamn extinguisher in the back all the time. And I thought this is a way to kind of separate me from everyone else. Because, I mean, how many tens of thousands of guys like me are sitting in front of their computers and do the monkey jumping reaction thing? A lot. But who the hell is doing that with an extinguisher, huh? That's it. So that's why I thought, like, okay, then I'm gonna call it the Extinguisher-san. So it's not my nickname or gaming profile, or no, it's just the name of the channel, just for fun. I thought it's stupid but somewhat fitting idea. Potato or cabbage, he asks as well. Well, of course, potato. I actually don't like cabbage. I mean, one second. What's cabbage? Maybe I actually like cabbage as well in a way, but I'd pick potato. Potato's good. So the next question from Billy. Another person, I cannot pronounce your name, I'm sorry. Can you introduce your background wall? So you mean you want me to show you that? I'm gonna show you that, but let's do that a bit later. If you wanna see that, then go to this timestamp. We're gonna discuss that then. Because I wanna go through the questions first, and then we can do some showcasing. The next question from Marco Wayne from YouTube. What are your plans for the future of this channel? More anime reactions, non-anime reactions, maybe more content outside of reaction stuff, retiring from YouTube? And what are your favorite movies, shows of all time? Can be anime, non-anime. So let's start with the movies, because we already kind of spoke about anime and series, TV shows, TV series. One of my favorite movies is definitely Equilibrium. I really like it. It's one of the best movies I have seen. I also really like the old Western trilogy, the Dollar Trilogy, and with the best movie being The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And Edge of Tomorrow, that's the amazing movie as well. I know it's based on a manga, by the way. I want to read the manga as well. So yeah, that's just a bunch of my favorite movies. There's more, but I mean, of course, I absolutely love Terminator, RoboCop, all those old ass movies. And so back to your questions, plans for the future of this channel. I already kind of answered that. There is no specific plans. I don't want to focus on anime reactions because reaction is not. I mean, first of all, I don't think I am really good fit for a reaction channel because I haven't seen anime reactions on YouTube, but I have seen other types of reactions. I have seen trailer reactions, music reactions, all this stuff. And I know that for the channel, for such channel to be popular, it has to deliver. It has to deliver. People want energy. People want shock. People want emotions, you know, and you have to deliver that. Even if it's not in there, you have to push it out. And I'm not that type of person. Yeah, during my reaction period, I was at some points, at some episodes of some animes, I was breaking down and crying and was very emotional, but it was all honest, right? And at some points, other animes, I was just sitting there like whole episodes, like, okay, just commenting basically. So I cannot become something big in this department. So I don't want to dedicate myself that much. Because if I'm gonna start faking stuff, if I'm gonna change and become popular, and not become gonna do some stuff that needs me to be popular, needs me to become popular, then you guys gonna leave because you're gonna say that I'm not the same anymore. Almost every big channel went through this change at some point, no matter what's the content. It starts from something small and nice with a little community, and then it grows to huge proportions where you cannot even control it. Yeah, you lose all of the nice people, and just the other world comes in, and you have a lot of money and you have popularity, but you will not be able to be yourself anymore, I think. So that's just in terms of, that's why I don't want to continue with reactions, to make more and to be more active, and I don't want to watch shows that people tell me to watch, because that's gonna end bad. I'm gonna say at some point like, fucking, I hate this, and people gonna hate me for doing that. But that's the thing. You cannot fake it, right? I mean, you can, but that's not good. So all the reaction stuff is as for the other content, I mean, I can do a lot of content, guys. I'm playing games, but let's plays. So, especially considering that the main subscribers I have, they're into not just reactions, they're into specifically Attack on Titan. So if I'm gonna sit here and play some games, some Persona as well, yeah, for sure, 5-10 people may enjoy it, but others not gonna do that. And I don't think I just would play the game by myself, and that's gonna be fine. So if there's gonna be big ass demand for that, and people can say, oh, man, this is so great, you have to play it, I may do that. But if it's just to try out new things and to no. So I don't think I don't have any plans. Retiring from YouTube, I don't plan to retire, but I don't plan to develop it further in some serious way, because yeah, I know how it works. I have to make Patreon, and I have to ask people to donate money there. I have to ask for likes and subscribers and dinging bells and kissing butts. I'm not gonna do that, guys. You're free people. Just do what you want, and I am the free man. I'll do what I want. So back to the questions. Back to Billy. Pardon me, I missed something. Have you ever heard the game named War Robots? It was developed and released in Russia as a widely known game. No, I haven't seen and I haven't heard anything about the game War Robots. I wish you would tell me when exactly it was released, at what platforms and stuff, because if it's an older game, it's one thing. If it's a newer game, it's another thing. So I don't know. I never heard about this game. MG asks, can you show us the things you collect and what is the most expensive thing you bought for every collection? Oh man, that's the topic I can speak for the longest time, but one guy already asked to show the thing, so we're gonna get to that a bit later in the video, right? It's already kinda long. So if you wanna see the answer right away, there's the timestamp, go there, we're gonna speak about that. Next question. Do you have any plans to watch the second season of ReZero? We really like the series. Yeah, I'm super great you like the series. Oh, and the name is Dio, by the way, so I can even read your name partially. Yes, I've said that. I have plans to watch ReZero's second season after I finish with Vinland Saga. Next question from YouTube. Lancer960, also know the guy. I noticed that you have a extinguisher in your room, and your avatar name and the end of each video are also extinguisher. Are you a firefighter, or is there someone important to you a firefighter? Well, I partially answered the question as well already, but that's an interesting logic you have there. I mean, I can understand if you enter some house and you see, the giant moose head or like deer head, and you understand that, yeah, that's probably a hunter's house because they shoot animals and they place their trophies out there. But do you really think that anyone who have the extinguisher in their house are the firefighters, or people who know firefighters? It's like if I'm a plumber, I would have a fucking water hydrant there, like red, like in USA they have those. No, man, I have nothing to do with firefighters. I have no friends that are firefighters. That thing, it needs to be in every single apartment. If you don't have an extinguisher, you go and buy one. Because if you're gonna start burning, that thing gonna help you survive that. If you still don't have an extinguisher, just go and buy that thing. If you think, oh, you have water, well, you have electricity everywhere. You wanna be fucking cooked to death, with like all the watts in the electrics. No, man, you buy that thing. That's gonna help you. So, yeah. I already explained how the extinguisher and my name and everything. That's just YouTube. My YouTube channel is the Extinguisher-san. So if it started with the name the Extinguisher-san, I decided to place a picture of the extinguisher. I decided to make an outro of the extinguisher. What? My kitty's meowing. And that's it. Nothing interesting in here. Will you consider traveling to China in the future? Asking if I will. I don't know if I will. Maybe I will consider traveling to China in the future. Right now, I don't consider traveling into China because, well, I'm not into traveling at all because I am afraid of planes. I have aerophobia. I hate planes. So flying everywhere is a big issue for me. So I want to visit Japan. That's the first plan. But now with all the virus thing and how expensive it is, it's kind of, I don't know when it's gonna happen. But China, well, I'm not against that. So maybe one day. But no, now I don't have any plans for that. If Mikasa and Ani fight, who do you think will win? I have answered that question already. I think that was in that exact episode when they were fighting. Season 2, episode 7, when Eren was fighting, when the Titans were fighting. I don't want to speak about that because some people maybe haven't seen the anime or something, even though on this channel probably everyone's seen Attack on Titan, but still, I just don't want to go into spoiler details. I've already answered that. And even at that point, when I didn't know the power of Mikasa, I thought that she would win. But now, when I know the power of Mikasa, she would fucking definitely win. She's gonna break Annie like nothing. Even if Annie gonna become a big girl, Mikasa gonna break her apart. Or rip her apart. 100%. Especially when she's now more experienced with the power of her. Please tell us one of the happiest and one of the most dangerous thing you have experienced. Thankfully, I didn't experience many dangerous things that were like super life-threatening. So I don't think I have anything to tell. When I was a little kid, I I played with the rabbit in the village, and I had an allergic reaction, a very strong allergic reaction. Like all face got red and like red and stuff. And my mom came and they all took me to the hospital. So I had some medicine. But now I learned that at that point I had the condition. What's it called? 1 second. Quincus edema. It's called Quincus edema. It's a very strong allergic reaction. That's kind of, if you're gonna leave it be, you will not be able to breathe and you're just gonna suffocate to death. So I was at that moment. I wasn't scary. It was funny. My face was like that, and I was ooh. But then my mom said that was actually super dangerous. So yeah, and at one point, another point, I got in a car accident. I mean, I got in few, but there was like, ooh, I was riding pretty fast in my awesome car at the time. I was riding 160 kilometers an hour, pretty fast, on the highway. It was a dark evening, and on the road there was a big piece of metal that fell from some truck. You know, they have those like to support the whole truck or something, and it fell from that, and it was lying there with a lot of very sharp edges, and I was not able to see it even in time, and of course I was not able to maneuver it. So like left side of my car, both wheels, you know, drove right onto that thing, and both of my wheels exploded. So I was riding like boom, you know, like car went like that, and it's a pretty fast speed. So like yeah, I was like boom, started slowing down, but thankfully I was able to control the car and stop it. But then I went out and I have basically no wheels anymore, like pieces of wheels. So that was terrible. Half of the car was damaged. Jesus. But that was not very dangerous, but still that was a memorable experience. As for the happiest time of my life, I mean, I honestly don't know, man. I don't remember. When I was a little kid, almost every day something like that happened. Some awesome things, something new, some new cartoon, some new treat or game or toy. But if that like something that's this explosively amazing, I honestly don't think I have something like that I can say like that was the best moment of my life. No, I just have awesome moments here and there. I bought some new collectible thing and I love it. I'm like, ooh, I'm super happy. I met someone who I haven't seen for ages. I'm super happy. So that's that. Next question: why do you think Death Note is the worst anime you have watched? Because I've watched very few anime. That's it. I have just seen really good anime that I've liked, and Death Note was the anime that I did not like, and that's why it's the worst anime I have watched. That's pretty simple. It objectively have a lot of issues. I mean it's a good quality anime with interesting idea and nice presentation and music, and some of the plot works, some of the character works, but sometimes it just falls apart instantly, and you look at it, you want to see something smart, you want to see something really good, but it turns out like some smart thing transforms into like pure luck and magic, or some logical thing transforms into completely illogical, or some shock scenes just for the shock value. I mean, I can discuss that. I don't think Death Note is a bad anime. It's just the anime that I didn't like. I gave it 6 out of 10 or something. It's a fine, average anime in my opinion. It may left a big impact on the industry. I know of that, so prompts for that. But as the anime, I think it doesn't hold up for me, especially. So that's simple. I'm not gonna go into all the details because spoiler territory. The Seal Tamer, with a bunch of interesting, fun questions. And man, oh man, how to think on those. If you were suddenly bestowed the ability to play any one instrument at the absolutely perfect master level, being able to match the greatest players of all time, which instrument would you pick? Why? What do you do with that talent? What would you do with that talent? Oh wow. I mean, a lot of instruments are great. I absolutely love the classical instruments and orchestral instruments. I love the electronic stuff and drums. All of it is great. But I think I would like to be able to play in the master level a guitar. Be it electric guitar, bass guitar, some sort of guitar. I like metal and rock music. I like the sound of the brutal guitar, and I would like to be able to play it. I mean, I can play a few notes here and there, but I don't have the equipment and I don't want to learn it, so it's all difficult. But if I would play it so good, my talent would be spent into making music for sure. What would you do with that talent, man? If you can play the thing, just play the thing. I can earn a lot of money. I can create a lot of awesome music. Because as a composer, actually, I can create music. I know that. Sometimes in my dreams, I create such a beautiful music. Look, that's incredible, seriously. When I can control stuff. And I sometimes I really wanna do something like download some program and try to make music, but it's then I think like I'm too lazy, gonna do something else. But yeah, if I would be so super talented, I would pick the guitar. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? Would you keep it a secret? Go public with it? What would you use superpower for? Oh, man, that's another question. So I can pick any superpower ever. I mean, that may be a weird choice. So of course it's cool to have superpower, like super physical power to throw people away, and save the world and stuff. But I actually would like to pick the power of immortality. And that's pretty a difficult choice because you have to face situations where the people you care are gonna be dying and you have to live with that and all and all and all. But the most fascinating thing in the world for me is the actual world, how it changes, what's in the future, what's in the past, and we live this tiny little life. We're not going to be able to learn that. Stephen Hawking, the genius scientist who died not very long ago, I wonder how many he would have wanted to know, how many he would have been able to study and all that. it's so sad to die while there's so many more to learn. So yeah, this is a power that comes with the consequences, and you have to face them. But I think that's the cool thing. And of course, I would like to have this power switch off. So if you're fucking tired, and if like everything is destroyed and there's like only you flying into the space, I need to turn that thing off. But that's just the curiosity. I'm just too curious. So, and as you may know that, yeah, if you're an immortal person, I don't even know if I should tell about that to the public. I think I probably tell the public, because there's no means to hide that, because you're always there. You constantly living and living and living and living. And someone's gonna notice it. So probably gonna go with publicly with that. And what would I do? I mean, I'm not gonna be a superhero, that's for sure. But if I'm there and I can help someone, I would help someone, because I have nothing to lose, right? If you died, oh no, I died. If you died and were reborn into any of the anime, you've watched, which one would you pick and why? Not just the ones you've reacted, but but once you've seen on your own too. You're just reborn as a random citizen of that world, not a pre-existing character. God damn it! Which anime would you be reborn into and why? Now the opposite. Which anime would you dislike being reborn? Is the most. Well, I mean, the anime I would never would like to be born is Attack on Titan, because it's Attack on Titan. People get eaten there and killed. So that's the simplest answer ever. But I mean, which anime I would be like to reborn to? Which world? I don't think I have seen something very nice in terms of anime. Seriously. ReZero, a weird ass world. I mean, there's ramen there living somewhere, so it's a nice world. But then again, there's like magic and witches and shit. And people are dying. I don't know, man. I haven't seen the anime with the nicest and the beautifulest of the worlds. I'd love to live in. I'd probably be okay to be born in Steins Gate world. That's just a normal world. I'd be good with it, especially if I'd be born in Akihabara. It would have been nice, especially considering that I am a random character. Because Berserk world is terrible. Attack on Titan world is terrible. Death Note. I actually forget. Let me check something. Maybe it just slips my mind. Parasite? No, Parasite. The thing is, Steins Gate doesn't have some crazy, scary stuff in there. No monsters, no aliens, no ninjas, no nothing. So that's a nice world. Yeah. I think Steins Gate is a nice world to live in. The last one. If you could have any animal as a pet, what would it be? It's a genetically created animal that would grow to the size of an average cat. It doesn't eat or poop, and it's completely tame. And won't attack anyone. It lives for 50 years, so it'll be around for a long time. What animal would you choose? So you mean I can have any animal, but it's gonna be the size of a normal cat, basically. I can have like a little elephant or something. Well, that's a cool question, but I actually think I would love my cat to live for 50 years, and I'm gonna be super funny, super happy with that. Because as pets, I either like parrots because they're cool, either cats because they're super cool. I don't like dogs, like wild animals. I don't really like any wild animals that much. I mean, it would have been cool to have a little elephant thing, but it's not as cute as a nice kitty. So I would pick a kitty. Kitty person always picks a kitty. I mean, I can have a tiger kitty or lion kitty or something. So the next question: will you make some movie reaction or game reaction with excellent evaluation in the future? You know what? Since I'm very stupid, what does excellent evaluation means? Excuse me, but I am just stupid indeed. I still don't exactly understand the question completely. But I don't have any plans to make a movie or a game reaction. I mean, what's game reaction? A game, some let's play or something? In my channel, there is no demand for that. In my channel, people are interested in Attack on Titan, and like 20% of other people are interested in other shows, and 5% of people are interested in other stuff. So I may make it at some point, but I don't have any plans in doing that. And as I've said, reaction business, I don't want to dive too deep into the reaction business. So I don't want to react on movies, series, animes, openings, endings, some moments. I don't want to do that. Even though I know there are famous channels that do that. As well, I'm curious, what's your job is? My job is I work in a small IT company. I am the how you call that? I'm the main expert there. I suppose that's how it's called. I don't do any programming or anything. It's just more of a management deal. I do a lot of work there, and I visit places and contact people and rule over some people. But yeah, and what we do is that we produce special programs for the electro-energetic system of the country. We work with the giant corporations, and we develop some programs that help them test their workers, the knowledge of the workers, and some special programs that emulate dangerous situations. So it's more like of a studying, learning, and simulation programs for the electro-energetic complexes of the country. And I work there, but it's a little tiny company. We just do a big job for the big ones. The next question: what kind of work do you do for a living? I just answered you, man. I mean, I just answered another guy, but here's your answer, man. The next question. Will you watch Clannad soon? No, I don't know what's Clannad. The next question from Money Gambler. Would you like to live in a different country or city if you had an option? And where would you like to live? What would you buy if you won $200,000? Oh man, how hard is it to find a girlfriend where you live? So, I mean, living in a different country or a city, almost every place is somewhat nice and has its plus and minus, its goods and bads. But I honestly think that Japan is the place I would love to live, because the country is so unique and so diverse. You can be a very strict, traditional, conservative person, and be there and feel yourself comfortable, because there's a lot of such people in there. They're very, very strict. They're very accurate, and like silent. That type of people. But on the other side, if you're the weirdest guy ever who likes little tiny girls being sexually assaulted by gigantic tentacle monsters, if you like that, that's the country for you as well. And there are people like that who live there as well. So this country, it provides a human being with all sorts of desires and ways of life, and that's cool. That's cool. And the way the country is a very beautiful, the nature is beautiful. Here's the gigantic city, here's a gigantic mountain, a gigantic lake, and all the that's just awesome. And the food is awesome. I really like Japanese food. I like sushi and sashimi. Unfortunately, here where I live, we don't have the freshest stuff. It's all comes in already frozen and then frozen, so it's not as tasty as theirs, but I still like it. So yeah, Japan is the place I would like to live. I don't like to live in the in big cities, because where I live there's a lot of rich people and those spoiled fucking kids of those rich people who earned nothing, but they like drive these giant supercars, and they ignore all the rules. They just live. They're like fucking morons. I hate them. And I would like to live somewhere where there's no such thing, where it's calm, where people are nice. So some rural area of Japan is a great place, I think, but not too far from the city, because you have to entertain yourself as well. As for the $200,000, man, how much is that? That's a nice money. Yeah, that's quite a lot of money, actually. Well, I can buy an apartment for that money, but I have the apartment. It's just, I don't know if I just get this sort of money right away. I would just try to spend it and invest it. Like there are many ways you can invest it, but like some basic ways, just invest in gold. Buy gold, because it's getting more and more expensive, always going up. At least that, or invest here, invest there. But if I have to buy something specifically, and I can buy many things, I would definitely buy many things for my collection, because I'm a very, very novice collector, and there's a lot of things I want to buy. But if I have to buy one thing, at least, one something expensive, I'd probably buy a car. I'd buy 1969 Dodge Challenger or 1970 Dodge Challenger in either in a great condition and already restored, or maybe there's some there's still preserved in the original condition. I don't know. So yeah, that's the car of my dream. I would like to buy it and ride it, and that's the type of money that I can definitely be able to buy that car. The car. How hard is it to find a girlfriend where you live? Honey? Oh wait, I don't have a girlfriend. I don't know, man. I don't know how hard is it. Everyone's with a girlfriend, with children, and that's okay with them. It's just me, because my life went in a weirder direction at some point, so I kind of missed the moment. As I've said, I was living with a girlfriend for a long time, for many years, here in this apartment, but then we separated, and I was like, no, I'm done with it for some time. But then time passed, and now I'm living in a situation where I basically it's now for me it's difficult for my age if I don't specifically search it. But if you're a young person, you just live there and study. Oh, that's super easy. There's no issues. When I was young, I had so many girls that wanted to date me. Like Jesus, dozens. I'm dating one girl, and there's like a whole line of them standing. I'm like, sorry, and I'm a very loyal person. I don't just jump from one to one. No, I'm always with the one. And there was a moment where I could choose, but I'm like, no, I'm already taken. So that's not difficult, but it depends on the situation, man. The next question. There's a lot of words. So games reaction again, such as Battlefield 1, Hitman, totally accurate battle simulation. La, 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 la. As I've said, I don't have any plans to record any game content because there's not enough of people who are interested in this, and this is not the channel that was created. So my main watchers, they are not into that. And as for the games, you said Battlefield. No, man, I don't play Battlefield. I don't like online games at all. No Battlefield, no Call of Duty, no what's it called, Overwatch, all this crap. I don't like it. Hitman, though, I mean, I love Hitman, but I love the original Hitman. I played the original Hitman, Agent 47, or what's it called? I forgot. The very first one, the second Silent Assassin, the third one, the fourth one, the fifth one. I played them all. But then when they started the reboot, they rebooted Hitman. I haven't played any of those. Just my interests switched a bit. So I'm playing lately. I'm only playing Japanese games. Fire Emblem series, Xenoblade Chronicles, and Persona lately, Persona 5, Persona 4, those are great games. So yeah, those games I like now. Because my preferences in gaming, they tend to change, and they're not popular. Of course, I played some other games, and then, yeah. The ones that I play now, they are not popular. So no plans to do that. But I don't say never. I don't say it will never happen. The next question from Lesher 840. RAM or RAM? I'm gonna be honest. I started to like RAM much more. I started to like RAM much more the more I watched ReZero. And at some point I was like, Jesus, let me hug this girl. She is super cute, she's nice, she's a great character. Even though maybe a bit simple, but still a great character. But no, man, RAM all the way, every day. Ram is the best. Ram is the weirdo, and I love her. She's the cutest and she's the nicest. Ram. So that's Ram. And that's all of the questions from YouTube, by the way. And a few questions still on Bilibili. What kind of villains do you like so much, or exactly who? Well, again, I don't want to go into spoiler territory because some of you may haven't seen this, haven't seen that, and also it depends on who can we call a villain. Is a villain is someone who is actually a bad person, or can we call a villain as someone who is showcased as a villain by the story specifically, but ends up being not the villain, you know? So who is the villain? I don't exactly know how to differentiate villains. But to me, I think that Darth Vader from Star Wars is the definitive villain, because it has all of the best things the good villain have to have. He's menacing, he's strong, he's scary, he looks badass, he sounds badass, you know, he has the mystery around him, he has some superpowers, he has a very, very interesting history, and his whole character development was very difficult. And the way he ends up in the story is also very fitting for a good villain. So I think that Darth Vader is the king of the villains. Of course, there are many others, and I haven't seen the Avengers movies, but I've heard a lot of good things about Thanos being also an interesting villain, and I kind of believe it may be true as well. But if we don't consider, I mean, I also really love Severus Snape from Harry Potter. I just don't know how to place him in which category of villains, if you know what I mean. But that character, I really love him as well. So the next question, I mean, there are a few questions in at Bilibili that are in Chinese, are not translated, and I'm not gonna check them. Can you show your cat, please? Marcos. Маркусь. Маркуся, иди сюда. Маркус. No, I can't. He's sleeping. I'm sorry. But here's the picture. Next question. Why do you hate birds so much? I don't hate birds. That's a joke from Attack on Titan. From the very first season of Attack on Titan. That's a running gag. That's a joke. So I don't hate birds. I mean, I don't like some of the birds. I don't like pigeons because they're dirty fucking birds that are everywhere. They're shitting everywhere, that are ill. And yeah, I just don't like them. But I really like other birds. I like parrots a lot. Parrots are cool. I would like to have a parrot, but it's a very difficult creature to maintain and to keep happy, which is the most important part. I mean, whoever have an animal for himself, that's wrong. You have to have an animal to live with you, not for you. You have to maintain it. You have to keep it healthy. You have to keep it happy. You have to spend your time not just playing with it because you want to play it. You have to play with it because it want to play as well. And birds are very sensitive, the parrots. So yeah, I do not hate birds overall. The next question. Have you ever seen a German TV series called Dark? I think it suits you very well. Nope, I haven't seen the series called Dark. The next question. Have you ever seen Lelouch? No, I have not seen Lelouch. Though I know what do you mean. That's some anime. What's it called? Code Geass. I remember that. I know that it was. I've heard about it. The next question: what kind of girlfriend or boyfriend do you like? Well, I don't like any type of boyfriend, that's for sure. I'm a very straight person, and that's not my thing. What kind of girlfriend, man? That's a very difficult question because I just I like a nice girlfriend who's a caring one, who's a loving one, and that's it. She just has to be a good person. And that's it. I mean, of course, it's nice if she's beautiful as well, but I just want her to be a good and interesting human. As for the girls, I mean, I prefer little girls with little boobs and stuff. I don't like giant women with wobbly titties. Even though I'm not against that specifically, but yeah, I prefer something more like, yeah, you get the idea. Will you continue update reaction after Zero Season 2? I don't know. I mean, after Zero Season 2, we have Attack on Titan, the ending of Attack on Titan. So, we have to finish with Attack on Titan, that's for sure. And that's it. That's all the question, and that's a long-ass video. I don't know who's watching it. Yeah. Super long video. And not gonna spend your time. So, okay. We are done with that. Let's speak about the collection then. Because we had few questions about that. I'm gonna prepare the phone to film that all. So, there was one question about showcasing what's in the back, and another question telling what's the most expensive thing. Yeah, can you show us the things you collect, and what is the most expensive thing you bought for every collection? I mean, first of all, man, you have to understand that I am a very novice collector, and I'm limited with my funds and the whole virus situation as well, and I don't focus on something one. I just always like, oh, I want that, I like this, I like that. So my collections are not gigantic, not very impressive, and in terms of how expensive that is, there's not something that you will be super impressed with, because I mean, actually, it's more cooler. The cooler things are not the one that costs a lot. The cooler things that the one that you were able to get for cheap. But I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna tell you. Let's see. So in the back we have a collection of older game consoles I have. Not everything, but still, this is a Famicom, Nintendo Famicom AV, the Japanese one. I mean, they are only Japanese, so it's basically the best 8-bit console from Nintendo. This is actually a clone of Famicom, a piece of shit, a complete piece of shit. It's just there because I had one of those in my childhood, so I decided to have it. This one is the original Nintendo Entertainment System from USA from 1985, and that one is actually one of the most expensive things in the collection. That one was $500 to buy, because it was in a cool It was in a box with zapper in there, so it was like super cool, and it's basically absolutely new. It was never almost never touched. There's nothing. It's like very great condition. Down here we have Sega Genesis Model 1, the American Sega Genesis. I also had one of a similar one in my childhood, so I wanted to buy that one. Here we have Nintendo Super Famicom, basically Super Nintendo, but the Japanese one, also a good one. And I have to say that all of this, I mean almost all of this, I try to collect things that are the best revisions. So Sega Model 1 is known for the best sound. This is Nintendo Famicom one chip edition, so it's known for the best visual and stuff and all that. So this Famicom is also the best in terms of the visual quality. Down here we have Panasonic 3DO FZ10, also a beautiful machine, also not very much used. The Japanese one looks beautiful. Here we have PlayStation 1 Model 1000, the very first ever model of PlayStation, a beautiful piece of hardware, known for the best audio and video quality, and yeah, the gamepad was bought separately, absolutely new gamepad, super duper expensive by the way, and it's also modded to play everything in the world in color in 60 FPS. It's like, yeah, the beast of a machine. Down here is a beautiful Dreamcast, Sega Dreamcast. I love it. Never even turned it on. It's also basically new. The joystick with the VMU unit, so I have the whole thing. It's just I don't have a single game to play it with it, and that's terrible. But yeah, Sega Dreamcast, one of the very first one. Here's my cat, by the way. Here I have PlayStation 2, actually, made in Japan. One of the lost editions that were made in Japan. Also beautiful console. Had one of these in my childhood. And here's the cat again. And here I have a little PlayStation 1 PS1 version, basically slim version of PS. I just had one of those in my childhood, so I wanted to have it. And here I have few spare ones. I have another PlayStation. This is an American PlayStation. This is another slim PlayStation. And I have another Sega, but this is not a Genesis. This is a Mega Drive, the Japanese one. And some things in there. So yeah, and the connectors and stuff to play that all. So yeah, unfortunately I don't have many games. I don't have games for Dreamcast. I don't have games almost no games for that. Almost no games, absolutely no games for NES. What the hell? My microphone is falling down. So that's the thing, and here I have few games in here. Super Mario and Sonic and Road Rash for 3DO. Nice. And a few games here. What you also may find interesting is the other side. Here I have another parts of my collection. The Nintendo VU, Nintendo V, the original one with the GameCube things, the old one, the best edition VU. Xbox 360, bought it new just a year or something ago. It's the rarest thing ever. It's not expensive, but it's super rare. It's like extremely rare. PS3 and Xbox One X with my Nintendo Switch. Man, it's so dirty. And PS3, oh, and there's me. Hello. And PS4 Pro with the Nintendo VU stand in there. So that's another part of the collection. I also have oh, another Xbox 360 here. So knives and stuff, knives and stuff, but also you may find interesting is that I actually have a few anime figures and some games in here. You may see the queen herself, Kiryu Satsuki figure. You can see Makiseku Risu figure, and with some games in the background. And that as well is super awesome. Yep, look at that. And my girl, look at my girl. Everyone with knives and shit, but she's with broom. She's the real woman. Yes. And yeah, a lot of games in the background for different consoles and stuff. Some of them are super old. I mean, yeah, there are like some PlayStation 2 things as well. So that's also interesting. And I have boxes of consoles here. Some of them are here, some of them are there. Like, yeah, a lot of stuff. So on the other side of the room, I have another place, another collection. Here are my Fire Emblem games. I want to collect them all, but of course it's a long and expensive process. So I have few of the original ones and few of the latest ones, and so the most expensive game in my collection is that one. This one, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance for GameCube, the American release. That thing costs $300. This game, god damn it. And another super expensive console, by the way, is here, PS Vita, the one I bought just recently. It's almost $500 as well, because I bought it brand new. And it's a very first model, a pretty rare nowadays. So yeah. And this is a new Nintendo 3DS XL, awesome thing as well. So that's what's about the game collector. Oh, I also have the super old thing. This old PDA. I mean, that thing, when it was bought new, it was like $1,500. I don't know how many this costs now. I preserved it in a pretty good condition. It's you can do a lot of things with it, with it. It's super cool. But yeah, it's also an awesome thing from the collection. Of course, a little part of my collection is the fan arts some of you guys created for me. I have them in my bedroom, I love them. And for the knives as well, I ended up getting the knife. I was telling you there was not being transported through the customs. So here's for the reference. As I've said, I'm a novice collector, just here and there trying to collect stuff. So here is one of the best knives I have now. I had previously. It looks beautiful. It's not too expensive, but it's beautiful. Look at how big it is. Ooh, that's a knife. Oh, it's so shiny. But now I'm gonna show you the KNOIF. The real KNOIF. For the real men. Now that's a knife. That's the most expensive knife I have. It's all in oil though, but yeah, because it's absolutely fresh. But now that's a knife. How do you like it? No, that's a knife. Yeah. That thing was specifically crafted for me. It's a custom built knife, a replica of the knife that Arnold Schwarzenegger had in the movie Predator. It's gigantic. It's amazing, and I don't know how the customs let it through, but I'm happy they did it. Look at this motherfucker. It weighs almost 2 kilograms. Super giant. Like, compare it to the little one, just like it's nothing. And that's it. I mean, I have a little collections here and there of this and that, like the bells from different countries, the drinks from Japan, imported drinks from Japan. But it's like nothing very expensive in there. Just I'm just building it. I'm building the collection, and there's quite a lot to build. So it's difficult. It's difficult because in USA, for example, it's much easier to buy used games like for NES for the old consoles. Here you don't have it. It's like triple times of a price. So yeah. And man, guys, this is the longest video ever. Good luck with watching it all. I mean, if you have already watched it, then thank you. I did my best to answer all of your questions, and thank you for asking. Thank you for being active. Thank you for supporting the channel. And the more you do that, the more I may do as well. It all depends on you and me, not just me and not just you. And with that said, I think I spoke about everything I wanted. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. I'm gonna try to upload Vinland Saga in a few days, and maybe another one in a day or so. So I'm gonna try to bring few episodes for you guys. And with that said, thank you for watching. Bye bye.